Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh wait, I can hear you in several places now. Okay,
Okay.
I mute the Twitch session. Wow, you had such a good start this game and all of a sudden the corner died. Kind of. It's
Yeah, I
it's
kind
it's
of
not completely
imploded.
dead, it's some sort of zombie. So, well, you have a co-fight if you play T3, but it's a co-fight in a couple of steps. So I don't think you should start it right away. You need to use the edge of R10 but combined with T8. Because if you play T8, he's forced to take away the eye at S8. And then you can Hane, then you can double Hane, Atari Atari. And actually you can use all those moves to fight the Ko T3. So let's see, if you play T3 first, he won't take right away. He might play T8. But you're playing a 7Q, so maybe when you play T3 he will capture the Ko first. Let's see if he plays the other move.
Let's see what
Yeah, I
happens.
think he'll take the Ko once. And then and while fighting the Ko in the corner, you will probably leave on the side with T8.
T8 just lives, huh? Or comes close to it.
This is called Hulk mode. I see. It's gonna be brutal. But let's see, just a second. If you Hane and Atari, if you just take the Ko and he goes Atari, it's a problem. Anyway, take the Ko. The problem with this kind of
Okay.
Ko is that you need to approach once and then Atari. Interesting how it happened. You missed the Hane at R4. Instead of going down R5, you should Hane, and when he goes Atari, you could Atari from behind several times and kill everything right there. So he prevents that
Okay, yeah.
squeeze. Now take away another liberty, P1 or T5,
Like, okay.
and soon it's a direct go. Also, it's strange how you played on the bottom side when you connected J3. You had to block again at J5, and only when he goes H4, you need a connection at H2. I mean, when he pushed H5, you went back at J3.
Okay.
Hi.
I see.
So, okay, we gotta fight the call. You have the wedge, R10. That's pretty much the last local threat. Take the call. And then you need to play Atari T5 to make it a direct call.
Gotcha.
But we need a big call threat. And you have one in the top left, that's C15. Really strange fight, we have to go over this. You did well when he cross-cut at Q8. You played Atari and connected, that looked good. And somehow you died in the corner. Oh, I see how. Okay, so he took the stone. You don't have a code red right now, but if you play Atari, he takes... Well, the only way to fight this guy is to go T5, he captures S1, and then you play in the top left corner C15. But I guess he'll ignore that threat.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, because the right side is pretty big. But anyway, makes the game more interesting.
So now just follow up the co-threat with B15,
Yeah,
right?
separate. Now what?
I'm looking at the Hane at A14.
You can try that move, but then when he goes C18 and you block, he plays Atari, you have to connect. Probably just go down A15. So he doesn't live in the corner. And the outside group is also a little bit weak. So you have a nice top side, a pretty sizable bottom and left. Oh, but his right side is so big.
Truth.
Q15 first. Let's reduce that right side a bit.
Okay.
And then what to play in the top left to attack this E14. He feels ahead, that's why he just connects like that. He probably didn't even have to.
I'm looking at the peep from the inside, but I feel like that kind of helps black.
Yeah,
Like
don't play it
the
either.
D13. Yeah.
Just cap him. G14. So you can expand the top side while attacking the left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Let's see the score estimator. Right side, it's giant.
So response is N18 here, I think.
Wait a second. Yeah, N18. Kosumi. Wow. Score estimator thinks you're leading by 13 points.
What?
That's a comfortable lead. Okay, now black leads by 2.5. But if you kill those two stones, he's not in the lead. Try to catch him. So, well, normally you can just connect under L18, but you don't feel so much ahead, so try something more aggressive.
Yeah, I was looking at the attach on top, but
It's good. That's the move, yeah.
Okay.
What can he play? Now you have two options, or actually three. Probably the first move to think about is the cut, but then you have to work out what happens when he goes Atari again, connect, then you try to catch him in a net. And it almost works, but you can go up L14, and then when he goes J16, you push once and try to surround everything and kill all. Like that, if you manage to surround that group, you're probably leading by 20 points. Vital point now, K17. Then you can still link under.
I see.
That's a key point, because it destroys his eye shape. Oh, he doesn't care? Then cut him. Yeah. Alright, so you kill some stones. Maybe more will die soon. Okay, what's the instinct here?
I want to keep that middle group separated from the left group while putting pressure on the left group. So probably a move like F12.
Keima?
Maybe not aggressive enough?
No, but you don't have to play that aggressive, but it's possible. I was thinking just G12, one spade jump.
Okay. It's more solid. I see.
Safer. Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, that group is pretty weak. So, and those 3-4 stones in the middle, they look a bit thin too. You don't have to let him turn at L13. So you
so just
push once.
Yep.
Actually, push again.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because when he turns, he removes all the liberties of that 3 stones group. And okay, now before you jump again to separate this group on the left, you can play a peep D10, threatening to cut and take away his eye space a little bit.
Oh, I see.
And now let's see if you have enough territory. He only has the right side. It's close, very close. So jump again, G10. I tried to become pro in Europe several times and I failed each time. Maybe I'll try again next year. I lost.
Yeah, you were telling us that
I lost a few finals in 2014.
That the people who won against you all became pros.
I'm a pro maker. They call me almost pro. So surround this group, F9. But I never tried to become a pro in Japan, China, or Korea. I never studied there. In Europe, I tried a couple of times. Actually, it was 2 or 3 times. 2 times I entered the final. It was in the first year when we played a double knockout thing. Oh no, in 2014 and 2015 I lost the finals, and in 2016 I lost in the semifinals. Each time it was painful. Okay, solid. Maybe here you could play. No, it's fine. But if you cut him, I think the shape looks a bit strange. Just Nobi.
Yep, the F.
Yeah.
Nobi, yeah.
You might become pretty strong in this area and then surround that chain of stones in the top.
Yep.
Probably you can jump or... okay. what to do here.
Let's see. I think just connecting solid gives less forcing moves.
Play
But the
Atari is
Atari...
good because he connects and he makes a double empty triangle. Ooh. He wants to give you the stones so he can leave on the left. Take it. But those stones are dying soon. You have the edge of these 3 stones in the top right. Or middle right, sorry. So when you play something like L9, here you can block once. Because he's still afraid of B12. He'll play more moves to stay alive. Connect. He wants to conserve his lead, but actually he's not leading. Oh wait, he has Hane, Atari and so on. You should wedge D14.
I see.
So Tog estimate score. Let's see how you look now. Whew. White leads by 57. No way. Okay.
That does not sound right.
Play P18 in the top right corner. P18 and Q19, everything will be center. So maybe in
and now are we doing like L10 or?
Yeah, no, L9,
Not
try L9. Because
okay.
maybe you have a chance to turn at O10, then Atari, and take away the liberties of that group in the middle. So you're going back to the core on the right side. Oh, wow. Now that's an interesting move. Push once, L10, and then go down. Yeah, that's a vital point because you're threatening to cut. Problem with all those cutting points. You have to block anyway.
Yep.
What is BTTV? GoPro
Sure.
I use when I'm skiing. If it's a Hero GoPro camera we're talking about. So let's see here what happens, Atari or Nobi. Tricky. Oh wait, if you just go Nobi N11 and he blocks, you have Atari, then take, then Atari again. Not so easy. And if you push, he will go Atari. Too much to read here. So how to? He can cut instead. This cut was good for black. So let's calculate a few moves here. What if you Atari and then turn? Yeah. You can play M9. He goes out. Then you go. Oh, it's not center. I might have an illusion. But yeah, the plan is to go. No, it should work. Now you go N11. Because if he doesn't block, you have Atari and it's a Dame Tsumari. So push once. And if he blocks, when you come out with the 3 stones, you have Atari and connect. So then you save the group on the right, which was dead for a while, but never know. So what he plays? And he cannot block you L8 or K10 because you have Atari O10 and that's a Dame Tsumari. If he connects, you take everything.
Right.
So his moves here are O10, O11, or maybe N9. N9 also doesn't look so good. Oh, adjourn. The guy left.
Yeah, they lost the connection.
Maybe he just escaped. He didn't like this fight anymore.
Oh, they're back.
Good. So anyway, I don't know about the idea of trying to become a pro anymore or not. Maybe I'll stay as an amateur for a long time. Top amateur may be easier than being a weak pro.
Less expectations.
Yeah. Black is a solid 7Q. He killed half board. He played that move. Okay. What to do?
Gosh.
Let's see. You take the greedy variation or the simple one. Anyway, you gotta save those 3 stones somehow.
Yeah, I'm looking at L8 just directly.
I was thinking just K10, push through. Because if you play L8 and he
Okay,
connects,
yeah.
maybe... probably it works anyway.
K10's better, I think you're
It's
right.
the simple way. And now he
And
will
then if...
probably cut you, M12, but that doesn't work. Because you can turn. He's trying this way. Okay, play some good shape.
Probably just N13 then.
Nice. That's the shape. If he connects, you play another good shape, and those stones will die. The other group in the middle has like 4 liberties. Ooh.
Does that work? That doesn't seem to work.
You should separate him.
Yeah. Just push through.
Oh wow. This doesn't work either, so just N14.
Yep.
Are you going to become a professional Q player? I remember one of my first World Championship appearance. I met an Indian guy. He was like 7Q. And every time he was looking at the other people's playing friendly games or something, he would ask, what's this guy rank? And at some point, I think it was a guy from Nepal. He was 2Q playing some 5 down from, I don't know, France. We were playing some friendly games just before the tournament. And this guy goes, wow, how strong is Nepal? And we told him 2Q. 2Q professional? No, there are not 2Q professionals on this planet, dude. But for him, everybody was a pro. 7Q and playing the World Championship must be something when you represent India. Sometimes they send 13Q to the World Championship. Poor guy. How he dies all over. Anyway, back to the game. Let's see here. This move, it's not really sent, eh?
I didn't think so.
But what's big? Let's see the score again. Too lazy to count. So after he killed you on the right side with the ko, he did nothing. He just died in the top. So now you're leading by 73 points. Good. You don't need me anymore.
That's hard to believe. Okay.
So I just sit back and enjoy. Let's see.
Let's see. Probably my big moves live somewhere around E6.
But if you play E6, he will connect. You got a block. You can also play Atari K8, capture 1 more stone. The moves in the middle, they are not going to bring you too many points. A move like H2 is actually pretty big, because if he captures that stone, he can play J1 in center and it's difficult to block, so it will worth about 6-7 points.
Gotcha.
And like this, if you surround the group, he still has to make eyes. See? You force him play another move. Okay, you should probably capture that stone in the middle. K8 Atari.
Gotcha.
Also, something like E6 is not bad. Okay, now it's a bit different. Now maybe just nice shape cut. H8 or no B. No need to cut, because he will save those stones. Yeah, probably no B H7.
Okay.
Because maybe he can lose the eyes of this group or the connection, and then you push E3. Okay. He won't. What he wants here? He wants C7 and crosscut.
Yeah, seems to.
So probably you need another move around there, like C7 like or D6.
D6.
Yeah, it's good. But I don't believe you're 73 points ahead. This score is better.
That seems inaccurate.
It's very optimistic. Oh, Suji. Okay, now it says 62. Can we kill this stone? Let's read some. If you go down, what he plays?
He He would probably try to connect to the top, and then we wedge. And I only have...
You're fine. And you cut and he has 2 liberties.
Yeah, we're fine. So let's just do that.
Demo was too ambitious. Now maybe he plays c8 or c7, then you turn Atari and you go down. And you lose the semi by 1 liberty. No, I'm kidding.
That's how my day is going today, yeah.
So far you lost every game? Or it's...
No, I won one and lost 2.
Okay. This one just block. 60 points ahead. You were 50 points behind. But it's strange, what happened in the top with black invading M17 and then trying to escape, collapse all over the center. Now I think you have to respond.
Yeah.
It's C8 or... fuck. Because that's how he could kill you.
Yep.
But the Fuseki looked very good for you until the right side maneuver starts to fall apart.
Yeah, I really blundered.
Now what? He just gives you more stones.
Yeah, it looks like I can just extend a K7.
Yeah.
He'll probably Atari G8.
It won't help. He goes Atari, then he pushes, just separate. But now it's tricky. So if you connect, and he connects, you have Atari, you're fine.
I think I can just capture the stone.
No, you better play G8.
Right.
Because if you capture, he will take 2 stones. Now if he connects, you can go Atari first. L6. Okay. Now you gotta take. You play inside 2 times, but it's fine. Then you have, okay. He can push and then he can try some vital point. It doesn't really work. But there's not much left. Can you go out with, no you cannot. He can turn in center here anytime. I think you should play something in the top right around P14. Capture that stone. P14, because if you play Keima, P13, he will push and then Atari.
Gotcha.
So what you do if he tries M3? It doesn't. Just block. O13.
So, yeah. I see.
Then, okay, he wants to Atari. But hang on, if you play Atari, he goes Atari, you take and you save the 3 stones. You should counter Atari P12 with Fighting Spirit. Because it's more interesting to save these 3. Even that it won't be easy. If you save them, he will push and then he has the double Atari and he saves that group in the middle. Oh, capture the stone. Q13. Let him have that one. And now you can save the 3. And actually it's very good because if you save those 3, he heard me. Go down R13, destroy more points. So for those couple of points around P15, he lost several points around R13, S13. Now go back. Yeah, open this in review mode. We have to see a few things. Especially this fight on the lower right. You played extremely risky. But that's how it goes. You don't want to win all your games here, I guess. But now you have to focus to become 7Q plus. It's about time.
For sure.
When you have the 100 stream, you promote. Tomorrow I'm going to promote,
Let's
I
see.
guess, 2 more wins as a 5 down on, I mean, well, 5
Nice.
down towards 7. Let me put the chords.
Awesome.
Thank you. So when you play, yeah, here, P16, it's a bit too close because he got the stone at Q11. So you should approach O17 or O16. Keep some distance. Far approach is better here. Yeah, because
Okay.
now when he plays something like Q17, for example, just Kosumi, you extend back to L17 to space jump, and your position is pretty safe. And even if later he extends around Q14 or Q13, he's kind of over concentrated with that Q11. So you don't want to go too close. What could happen when you play P16? Go back to the original game. Let's say he pincers like M16 to space high pincer. Then you jump out P14. He jumps R14. Then you attach once in the corner. Okay, then block S17. You don't pull back here because it's a heavy shape. And you probably jump again. But if you jump one more time, something like P12 or so, he will just peep once, Q13. You gotta protect.
Okay.
And then he extends around J16. And then you just build a wall which is kind of useless because it's facing his group in the top. So it's not interesting. That's why you don't want to go too close to P16. It's possible, but of course you can choose other kind of Lilaur. Yeah, I just saw the comment. But it's safer. Well, it's a common Joseki, but it feels good for black because he had an extra stone there at Q11. That's why you should keep some distance. All right, go back to the original game where he played P17, which is good for you because then you develop towards the top where you have yeah. And now instead of J17, which is Joseki move, you can play G17 to put more emphasis to the corner. It's an interesting move because especially in case you have D16. Otherwise, it's normal to play J17. But like that, you're trying to take more of the corner and then focus in the top. Anyway, J17 was okay too. This is just an alternative move to think about in the future. Okay, F3, you defend. Here you could pincer, but it's fine. Now when he played D3, you shouldn't block the corner. Well, it's not wrong. But you could go O3. Just play it once. I think you've seen it several times in some of my games against the 5 dance. And now if he answers R6, he can answer R6 or he can pincer M3. But if he goes here, you attach G3. So it's important.
Oh, the attach.
Yeah, it's important to have the O3 exchange in place because now he goes G4. Let's play out this Joseki to see how it helps to have O3 exchange first. Then Nobi H3. He will push on top, H4. You Hane under, F2. No, Hane first. It's possible to play that too, but that's only when he goes down. Now he will E3. Then you jump, K3. You can also play J3, but it's nicer to jump because when he plays J4, you double up L3. And that way you connect to O3. So now you have L3. L3, not L2. In this case.
Oh, sorry.
It's the same idea because if he pushes and he cuts, you're already okay. And this move works very well with O3. And now he has to go in the corner C3 to make life. You block. This happened, I think, last week in one of my games. Black connects. E2. Because if he doesn't play E2, you will push D3 and cut one way or the other. So this is the right way to secure life in the corner in case white will cut at F4. Like this, he has a chance to capture G2, so he doesn't have to respond immediately. And now you need to extend on the left side, C9. So in this Joseki, you get to make a base on the right, on the left side, and also on the bottom side, while he just got the corner and 3 stones in the middle for a little wall. But you don't need to cut F4. That happens later in the game. In case you surround the center, you cut and you kill those 3 stones. Otherwise, it's not interesting to think about the cut at F4. But you see, it's important to play O3 first, because if you don't have it on the board and you try the same Joseki, he will attack you with N2 or something looking at the agi
Sure.
of J3 and so on. So you make that exchange and then
Mhm.
you attach and play the Joseki. Something to
I
remember.
see.
Probably a
Yeah,
little
for
bit
sure.
advanced, but maybe, yeah, for 7Q it's already okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go back.
Interesting.
Good. So you answer,
Okay.
San. Oh, okay, and he didn't extend, which is good because later you played h3, very nice. You could play it right away.
Mhm.
You don't even have to respond to his approach. Just punish him. He didn't extend j3. You should go h3 instantly.
Okay.
But it's okay. You answer once, he slides. You answer, okay, and now you punish him. Good. He jumps. This show was very good. You played o3. He played the kick, which is wrong. Now it helped you, and then you extend l4. Excellent. This looks nice for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
And
yeah, he push here. He needs some kind of base. Okay, you got a block to keep the pressure. Yeah, here he should play d3 instead of Hane. If he plays d3 and then Hane, he started completely wrong. Go back to moves. So,
oh
yeah,
yeah, he has to play d3
and then you
first.
connect c4. And if he plays the Hane in the corner, well, he can play it anytime. He doesn't even have to play it now. Now he should play just e4, so you don't push and take away his eyes. With e4, he can make some eye shape. And if you jump, for example, if you play h5 to keep the pressure on the group, it's not so hard to attack not so easy for you to attack this group anymore. And now black can play b1 and then attach h2. You go down, a2, and now h2. And you can't kill him anymore. You gotta block j2 because if you cut g2, he will cut and then Atari and go out. And here he can either pull back or bump g3. And with a bump, he actually lives in center. Because when he plays g3, you have to go Nobi, h4 or connect j3. And he already has some eye shape. Even if you capture that stone later, he can either jump out or make an eye at g4. He can leave the shape like this. And now he should play o2. This would be a very peaceful game. You block once, and then he should play on the right side q8, so you don't invade. This exchange is just to prevent the Sun invasion, r3. That's why o2, n2. People forget to play this move in center, because now if you enter r3, just play it out. He will block r4. He can also try to resist q2, but that's a different story. And now you play p2, you capture one stone, but black keeps the corner. He goes Atari, and then r2. And now he's fine.
Oh yeah.
r2 is better than playing q3. Because when he plays q3, you have q1, and he still needs to play r2. Otherwise, it's a ko. And like this, he keeps the corner. But he sacrificed o2 to be solid like that. Good to remember that.
Okay.
Go back to
sure.
the actual game where you have the fight on the right.
Let's see.
Anyway, impressive win by 70 points. Here. This jump is actually better at h5. Because now you give him some eye shape. When he goes h3, one space jump is safer. You know, the proverb says one space jump is really bad. So you gotta trust the Iken Toby. Yeah. That move.
Okay.
Two space jump. Yeah. When he pushed, no, you don't have to play j3. You gotta play j5. You have to cover and keep him surrounded.
Okay.
If he cuts j3, what happens? Let's read this out. He cuts j3. You go j2. Then he goes out, and you can block l3 or you can push again, and then m3 and the loose ladder. You capture him faster. m3 and m2. But also the other way works. You play l3, he goes down, you play l2, and he's got two liberties, you have three. Push l3 and l2. He goes down, and now l2. Ooh. Yeah, it's good. Because if he plays Atari, you have three and he's got two. Yeah, you connect. And when he tries to connect under, you just Atari and Atari from behind. Yeah, 2 times.
Okay.
Easy semi. It's just that he can play g3 in center. I don't think he will sacrifice himself all over the place like that. But never. Yeah. They do. Sometimes. Okay, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you probably connected j3. Lazy to read out the capture. I see now.
That's exactly what.
And he shouldn't play g3. He should just turn to make your h6 suffer. Yeah, this is the most natural move. So anyway, go to the right. So you enter. There was such a nice sequence on the right side. His attach is strange because, yeah, when he tries the cross cut, it doesn't look good. He should go down after the attach. Okay, this Atari is good. And connect, very nice. He went down. You should push one more time at P7. You don't have to try to save that stone. Just push P7. Use it as bait. He will know your turn or something. Probably just Atari take it. And now you're strong enough to attack the corner. So you can play R5 clamp or Sun invasion or maybe S4. You're fine already. Your group is out. And it's always nice to take away the liberty. And the proverb says that strong players play nice straight line shapes.
Oh, Starduck, this was before Cornel joined.
Yeah.
This sequence.
I joined a little later. So Atari, connect. When you were already pretty dead on the right, in a hopeless go. Oh, wait. So if you don't play that move, strong players play straight line shapes in general. Not those diagonal moves too much. That's why you can play. I mean, if you look at the pro game, you notice they have lots of rectangular shapes on the board. In general, that's the visual effect. Anyway, you played Kosumi P6. It's not too bad. You have to go out somehow. He turned, and there is still Aji. Yeah. Okay, you went out. He went down. You shouldn't go out with the two stones. You should try to do something with his corner to harass the corner before. Like you could play R5 instead of turning with the empty triangle. So he went down, and you block here immediately. That's also a move you don't need. Why? You could turn in the center. Let him connect under it. He's alive already. So with this block, you're just destroying like 2 points. You should turn in the center O10 and start the fight with the middle group. Because now you're out. Yeah, and you could save that. And on the right side, you have some nice moves like R10 and push, Atari, and then separate him in center. So you don't need to play an empty triangle at S7. That was just playing too fast.
Yeah,
Let's blame it on the speed.
Well, okay, I'm derping quite heavily today, so.
Okay, so this Atari, that was fine. Then Atari again. After this Atari, you played Atari, it's good. You should just play Hane, R4. What can he do? Without
I was
Atari.
Looking at that.
Because if he goes Atari Q6, let's say he plays Q6 now. You're going to Atari him, P7. So he cannot really play this Atari. He has to connect now. And then you play Atari P2 from the outside. He can go out. He can try some kind of ladder like Q3. But then you keep going R3. You just take the liberties from the outside. If he goes Q2, you can play R2 or Q1. Let's play R2. He goes down, you play R1. Then he takes, you play P1. Then you know what to do. Any Atari is good.
Yeah.
Or S5, yeah. That's how
I was looking at that, and for some reason I didn't think the squeeze worked quite right, so I backed off. Yeah, I was planning to do exactly that, and then I chickened out.
But actually, well, he has an interesting move here, so go back to the actual game. How it was. You played Atari first. Well, you don't have to play those Ataris which are obviously your center anytime, because sometimes the shape can be a little different, and maybe you need to play N8 Pip and try to go for the other two stones. You don't have to rush with this Atari. This Atari you could play anytime. But anyway, you played it, he connected, then you went down. But if you play R4 now, instead of R5, well, he might cut you anyway, and then it's the same thing. But he can also play R3 here. That's a little problem. Let's see what happens. If he goes R3, you play one Atari at P2, give him a very nice dumpling shape, the B2 bomber. And then let's see, if you Hane, he cuts, you connect, he takes. You still need to connect like in the game, R5. And then if he plays the Hane, you push through. It's pretty similar, but at least he doesn't have I shape now. And then he will play one Atari, T5. You go Atari like that. Oh wait, if he he needs to connect S3.
S3, yeah.
You
Okay.
take the 2 stones like you did in the game. Then he will probably go N4 to leave.
Right.
And then you go out. That's why I said it's better not to play that Atari, because now he might go O2. 2 Ataris and... Oh wait, here you don't care. You don't save that, because he will play Atari again. You leave it. But you want to fight with the center group. So what you need to do is to turn O10, because on the lower side you can't do much. And here he has to run out somehow. Maybe jump, 1 space jump, M8. Then you can Hane on the right side, R10. He has to turn once. Wait, leave it like this. If you go Atari, push. Oh, that's nice. You can play Atari M7. That's how you can escape without go. He goes out. You push 1 more. He Nobi again. And then you have a Tesuji to kill those 5 stones in the middle. In 1 move.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this one. Good. So now you're out. And because you played R10, later you can push R11 and keep pushing. You don't need to play Han and everything. And anyway, you lost the lower right area. And now probably you lose the entire group. If he goes Kosumi M3, he kills the bottom. But you save the right. You have a lot of potential in the middle. And what you do next, it's D12 and D14. And make a giant center like we did in the actual game. So you still win by 60 points.
Okay.
But
I see.
Yeah, exciting fight on the right side. Anyway, new game. Let's see a good Fuseki.
All right.
Tomorrow I plan to play extremely solid with those 5 dans. I don't want to give them any chance. Because I think if I lose 1 game, then I have to win like 14 in a row as a 6 dan. So I better jump to 7 dan and work my way out up from there. You started already?
Okay. Yep, just started.
Alright, so you're playing white. I've noticed some recent bots, they don't like to go San early in the game. Like the famous AlphaGo or Lira Zero. So they tend to play more human-like. Now what? You have several options here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the split at Q10.
If you split, it has to be R10.
It's kind of old school.
But it has to be on the third line, so you can make a base.
Oh, sorry, R10.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yep.
Very old school, indeed.
Yeah. Hey, Time of One, thanks for the host.
So now, alright. He knows what to do. Usually here I like to ignore, but the normal play is C14 and then he attacks you R13 and he goes K16. So how about you try to counterattack his plan and go R14, and if he defends you extend R7. So you just control the right side.
Okay.
R14 right away instead of R10 is the usual style. The modern Fuseki. But you can also play old school. If you check like 1000 pro games, I think 900 pro games has this R10 first. And now you can also defend at C14 if you don't want him to play a double approach. And it's like you played R14 first, then you extended R10. It's back to a normal Fuseki.
Oh, okay. I see.
You can keep calm because you have 6.5 Komino. Or you giving handicap here?
Yeah.
How is? Probably.
Yeah, it looks like it's reversed.
So when he plays this move,
check.
Yeah.
No, there's no Komi.
Anyway, when he plays this move, you don't always have to block Sansan at C17 as a reflex. You can let him have Sansan and then extend C11. And like that, there's a bigger gap in the top. So it's easier for you to invade between F17 and O17. If you block Sansan and he extends, the gap will narrow a bit. No, but you don't have to go there in advance. You have to wait for him to go C17 and then you extend. You could play somewhere. You could play, for example, R7. Well, it's also possible to play this way. So now when he plays C17, you don't answer. But he can play somewhere else. He can go F3 or he can go R8. R8 is very big for him, or R12. So for white to play a move like
Gotcha.
R7 in front of the Shimari limits the potential of that Shimari. But you can do that now. Yeah, ignore this completely and play R7.
Okay.
Just keep ignoring your opponent moves. He will be confused. Now you have like 3 options. You can attach one stone, the other stone, or go Kosumi between them at E5. But D6 and
Yeah,
F4 are possible too. Actually,
I was looking at F4.
I like D6 here better than F4. Because with F4,
okay.
he will go Hane G4, then attach D3, and he starts to become pretty nice on the bottom side. It's a big move he's trying there.
See?
Well, all those moves are possible. It's not wrong to play F4.
Thanks, the Ghost Sage. Have a good day.
Ciao, ciao. Hane, Nobi. I wonder now if he goes C3 or C5 or C4. Anyway, this guy is playing well for an 8Q plus. Or death move.
Yeah, as they do.
Block. C4.
Oh, okay, I can in this situation?
Yeah, when he has F3 low, you can block.
Right.
If he has F3 at F4, then it's a little bit different. Now there are some options. Now he can push and cut, and you need another move, like F4. Because if you play E3 and he goes up, it's not so great. Now if you Hane and you block and he goes Atari, you're strong in the corner and he needs to do something with the bottom shape. So you might take Sente here. Just block E3.
Okay.
His Atari, after he plays Atari and you connect, his Atari looks like he's trying to cut through the bamboo, which is strange because he can't. So it's somewhat wasted. And anyway, he has to come back and protect those cuts. Or maybe play one Atari and extend. Yeah, Atari, it's okay. You gotta connect. But then he has 2 cutting points. And now you can take away the extension. Normally from this shape, he wants to extend K or L4. And if you play one of those moves, his group looks heavy.
Okay.
I would like L4 here because it's right in the middle of that group and Shimari. Like this, he can still come from the Shimari, M3 or M4. And it's a pretty good shape. And gamble a little bit with those 4 stones. But the idea of playing a pincer, it's nice because those 3-4 stones are heavy. They don't have a base, they have to run out. And like that you can hurt his left side group. So maybe you notice, but every move has a reason. At least for white, I don't know for black. He's got some reasons too. See? He's connecting, but that gives him a terrible shape because you can peep now, make him empty triangle, and then extend N3, and you start pressing his Shimari. He had to play M3, M4, so now you go N3, and then you can also block J3, make a nice base, and his group is just heavy. Probably here he should go out P5. This helps you. It's natural to block.
Yeah, K3.
So look at the shapes. Most of them are pretty much rectangular, right? Straight line. Not too much diagonal move. Here you can just go Nobi. That's why I'm saying strong players play straight.
For sure.
Not too many curves. And now the top side looks interesting because it's open. On the left, bottom and right, it's pretty settled. And because you're strong on the bottom and on the right side, you can think about an invasion like Q3 and destroy his corner. That's why black should worry about this Shimari and play something like P5 or S6. That's the way to secure the corner.
See?
That Shimari is strong when there are no other stones around, but now with stones from both directions. Anyway, top side, what to do?
I mean, h17 looks like a forcing move.
Yeah, but that
to a degree.
invites him in c17.
Right.
So it's possible though. You can also
So maybe just
you
right
can
in the
also
middle
think
is
about
better.
n16 shoulder hit and one space jump, and then if you just take away the potential in the top, maybe you get a chance to block c17, or you can block c17 and then invade the top. Anyway, it's artistic to play n16 because when you play n16, you put pressure to on that top right corner. So like this, you keep him busy, and he doesn't have time to invade r12.
Okay.
From a global point of view somehow.
And then I also have easy connections on the right-hand side
Yeah.
to that stone. I got it.
So this is an interesting move to start using more often. Oh. Now what? Normally he was supposed to block n17 or o16. So you can block him n17, separate the top, and then you can go all the way to h17 and start to build the top more. But with this jump, he probably wants to invade the right. But even if he invades the right side, you can still jump into the corner. r16, r17 is still available. So you don't have to worry too much.
Okay.
It's like having Miai on that side. He finally noticed this corner has a problem. But now his top right is very vulnerable. So what to do? There are several ways to attack there.
I mean, the 3-3 looks okay to attack.
It's possible.
Because I can connect two
but
directions.
how is... Okay, before you attack the top, go h17 first. Because it helps your two stones in the top.
That makes sense.
It's an exchange. He will go in the corner c17. And then there are several ways to attack the top right. You can play p15 and cut and Atari from behind, and then you become very strong on the right side. Here you don't need to continue right away. You can play e17, Han and everything, but it will end up Gote. So leave it like that for now. Of course, you can also play San and push Hane, connect, and try to live in the corner, then chase the group. You can play r16, then push q15, then Atari, and so on. I don't even know which is better. Tuck. Actually, I like p15.
Okay.
Because if he goes q15, which I guess he will, you cut. And when you cut, you have two stones and the extension is in the place at r10. Already good. Now he takes the stone and you play Atari from behind, which makes him over concentrated, and then you can still go San or s16 and make him put him on the run. So, and if he extends now, for example p13, then you can push and cut, and the corner kind of collapse, and the two stones on the outside. His only move now it's o15, right? Now Atari p13. And if he connects, you can push, and that's a false eye. And if he takes, you can no-B, and his group is still in trouble. So you see, he invested like 6 stones there, and he doesn't even have ice. But you don't have to push right away. Too late.
Oh, sorry.
you could do that later also. Anyway, if you play that move, well, you can also capture the top stone, or you can slide. How about s16? Keep the pressure on the group, on the entire corner. So you build the top, you build the right side, and he's on the run. He's just floating. That can be bad.
Gotcha.
And those 6 stones, they look nice. And in the end, imagine that there is an Atari coming from the outside, and he even connects p15. So it's like a snowball. What he built there. I don't want to call it a potato.
No dumplings. It's a snowball. Too clumpy.
Feels more elegant. A black snowball. Okay, now Atari 018, because if he goes down, he makes a clear eye shape. So when you gotta play what he wants to play. Well, he can leave, but it's 2 points. And at this stage, you can already try to count. He's got about 6-7 up to 10 points top left corner, about 6-7 points on the left, this C9 group, 5 points with the other group, G5 group, it's barely alive, about 10 points with the Shimari, but it's not clear because you can still try Q3, R3, something there. And top right, it's on the run, 2 points. Maybe dead. Let's see, if you Hane, he cuts, you take, connect, push. You can play R17. If he cuts, you take the stone and you leave. If he goes down, you connect and then he's on the run. So anyway, he's got 10 plus 10 plus 10. Let's say 30 to 35 points right now. On the right side alone, I think you can build about 20 easily. Top side, maybe another 10, 15. Top left, that C14 group, 5 to 10. Lower left, around 10. So let's say 10 plus 10, 20. On the bottom, about 5. 25 plus 10 in the top, 35 plus 20 on the right side, 55. You're 20 points ahead. Easy, no? S18. Yeah. And this is actually the time in the game where you should stop and try a rough estimation. Even if it doesn't have to be like accurate on to be, I don't know, 2 points difference or something. But just to have an idea of how you stand on the overall situation. The Chinese proverb says, the one who counts will win. Or play slow, win slow, play fast, lose fast. Take the corner. Yeah, and now you can either cut one way or the other. So if he connects R15, you can push and take the top stone. And all of a sudden, the top side will become more than 10 points. Because it connects all the way to H17. And with the potential you have in the middle, for example, when you play F16 or you push E17 and then Han F16, you start to create some moyo that can increase to about, I don't know, 15 extra points there. And he's got no potential. He's just running. His groups are kind of limited. All they do are the points you can see, more or less. Well, if you count, you don't always win, but you can win more than when you don't count. Because when you don't count, you don't know how's the situation, so you probably tend to overplay when it's not the case. Now here you have two options. You can just connect at S14 or you can cut him. Let's see if the cut is fine. Yeah, you can cut.
Yep.
There is a problem when he goes Q13, but not so big. And if he plays S14, you block, he attack, you connect, he goes out, you can push. So the right side will become easily 20-25 points. Roughly. Maybe more, we'll see. Depending on how severe you attack the top ILS group.
Oh, that's the end.
Wow. He didn't like my count.
Apparently not.
Which enclosure? Top right or top left? I wonder what would he play if you go Q3. Open this in review mode just to see some variations around Q3. Even after he answered 05, you can try Q3. But I think he felt he's hopeless. 20 points behind. Yeah, 20 points behind in Fuseki, it's too much. Without a fight.
So it is open.
Let me find it just a second. I need to order this by rank, I guess. I see. So let's put the chords. Okay, let's say black goes out in the middle, M14, because he's still in trouble with that group. Or maybe he turns O13 and then he jumps. He doesn't want to turn because it gives you more points. But anyway, he has to do something to run out after you cut. And then you try something like Q3. Attach.
Oh,
yeah.
Way down there.
What can black do?
Okay.
He can go Q4, he can go R3, he can go B4. But if he plays p4, you probably leave in the corner in a few moves. So maybe he goes q4. And now the thing is, you can just play p2, then he plays Atari, you pull back, and he will capture the stone. No, I mean you go o2, and then he will take that stone. That's just like endgame, positive endgame. And now he will take the stone, or he will probably play which is already okay because he spent a couple of moves to capture that one, and you expanded this area with o2 p2. But I think you can play even stronger than that. So instead of playing Hane p2, you go r3. You push. Or maybe that's too much. It's a ko. Now he has to go p2. Well, o5 seems a little bit overplayish, but look at this. s4, Hane. I think b5 is proper, but anyway, s4 to expand, and then s3.
Okay.
You get a ko. It's already good. He goes he goes s5. Sorry, and you play s2, not s3. I misread the coordinate. Too much ping pong. So you play s4. No. You play s4. He blocks s5, and then you go s2.
Oh, okay.
s2 because otherwise, and now he has to play this, and you go Atari t3, right? And it's a good call for you.
Gotcha.
Because if you take the call, he will connect, and then you can cut him. And when you cut him, in case he has p5, he can go Atari r6, but now he cannot because it's Atari on 2 stones, and then it's still a call. It's a good call for you. Now you can do something in the top left, or you can attach d8. Anyway, this Fuseki was really strong. Too solid for white, and lots of points attacking black's groups, taking advantage of his weaknesses. So try to play like that next game.
All right, I will do so.
Good luck, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Sounds good. Right. Thanks so much for the lesson.
Thank you too. Ciao, ciao. Have a nice stream. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, and as I like to remind people, be sure to support Cornel. He is on Twitch at Cornel Go. He often streams on Thursdays around this time. You can also, if you're interested in lessons, find him on IGS and KGS as Cornel. Lessons are quite reasonable, very worthwhile. I've learned so much, and just in the last few months, I've gained probably 4 stones in strength through taking lessons and studying. He gives good homework assignments and good stuff to read, to learn by as well. And what else can I say? Oh, yes. Also, if you would like to continue supporting this content on my channel, I do pay Cornel for his time, so any donations, bits, cheers, whatever, subscriptions, that all helps tremendously, and I really appreciate it. Otherwise, just being here, watching, enjoying the content, and talking and collaborating with me are enough for me. I mean, seriously, it's a lot of fun.